Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. This video is for anyone who's into C++ and they want to know about the relativity of being an easy language to being a difficult language. This video is for anybody just getting general knowledge. So let's get into it, but before we go into the topic, let's have a look at this clip. Have you looked at my website? The link is given inside the video's description box. If coding in C++ is so extremely hard, why do we have so many PlayStation and Nintendo video games and many other computer programs that are coded in C++ today, if it's so hard for our brains to learn? Well, you see, the thing is that C++ is one of the first languages that came out in early 1990s or even earlier, and a lot of the hardware was based on, the software was based on C++. But making a high-end game is really hard on the other hand, much harder than any programming language. With any large application, the problem is the application, not the language. So what they're saying is basically, when you are making a high-end game, it's the game itself is the problem to tackle in a step-by-step fashion, rather than the language of C++, or the language is not the issue. It's how you get to finish the game or any other software application. All languages are meant to be usable tools for building applications, and the amount of C++ out there, that's what I mean, C++ is everywhere, indicates that it is a really usable tool. Just because something is hard doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means there is going to be an investment in time and effort and dedication towards that project. Let's put it this way. I play double bass guitar professionally for more than, let's say 6 months. I have also a private pilot license because I do like as a hobby to fly an aeroplane in my weekends, so I do that. And I can reasonably claim to know C++ pretty well. Of those three hobbies, learning to program in C++ was about the same or as getting to professional level as a musician. The pilot was in between. A commercial license would be more advanced. I estimate be about the same as getting to a professional level as a programmer or a musician, which is fair because what it takes to be a professional pilot. So basically, learning to play the guitar was as difficult as learning to be a pilot, but not as difficult as to learn C++, because in C++ you're just sitting in front of your computer and just going through the theories. Getting a PhD in physics, it is harder than any of those by a lot. For example, but I don't have a PhD, but I'm just saying, by a lot, learning to program and learning plain C and C++ was a small fraction of that time. So if you compare the things, it's not as what they seem, because if I learn to play a musician guitar for, let's say, next 6 years, right now I only have 6 months, so in the next 6 years I will learn to play all the aspects of how to play the guitar, all the instruments that the musicians play when they make a song, and then go through the industry experience level of all the famous song artist groups, and reach their level of professionalism in releasing a record which hits mainstream global market. So it's much more difficult to play a guitar in a professional level than to C++. That's what I'm getting at. So as hard things go, C++ is on a low end of scale, just in my own experience. It just depends what is your preference activity, which is hard, which is easy at a relative time. Because for me to fly an aeroplane is the easiest thing I can do in my life. It's just sit over there, start the engine, just know your basic controls. Well, not more. It's a little bit more than basic controls. Have an idea. Get a pilot simulation exam and all that, and then just fly the plane. It's just you have to reboot your mind into flying an aeroplane. But C++ is way more easier because you're just doing concepts, and it's not as difficult. But the hardest out of these three examples was the musician's guitar, because you have to reach a level of professionalism as what is relatively easy, and it's a matter of choice. So as what you see hard compared to something easy. Well, I hope you learned something about C++ and the level of understanding code in terms of being easy or difficult. And click like if you like the video, and click the red button to see more videos. Ta-da from Shaz. Enjoy this video? Then must have a look at these videos.